it's very hard for me to make a video like this, but as a caregiver, I just wanted to give you the insight, and I know that this is important information for those of you who are going through this or may go through this, already have gone through this. It just makes a world of a difference once you are prepared and you have everything there. Ask questions. Ask lots of questions. Miss Queen G was a little haughty back then.
Encouraging others with hope and positivity as a family caregiver to my mom, aka Queen G, and as a full-time stay-at-home homemaker. A variety of videos sharing caregiving tips, cooking, gardening, decluttering, cleaning, hauls, meal planning, always in my planner, chatting, and sometimes a burst of laughs. Let's face it, things happen in life, so why not make it lovely? Caregiving for my mom, Queen G, has been stressful. I'm very worried about her and her health rapidly declining. She's lost more weight and losing her strength quickly. I've set more appointments, blood work, and visits from the nurse to our home a couple of times during the week. The in-home health nurse has trained me on liquid diets, new ways of administrating mom's medication using an oral syringe, and keeping an eye on her changing patterns with her vitals, but mostly trying to keep her comfortable and safe. I've started to sleep in her room each night to care for her. It's been hard lately, mentally, for myself. I'm showing my strength, but inside, I'm scared. I'm documenting everything about her care, any changes or questions to ask. I'm prepared, and that's essential in my role as my mom's caregiver.
I watched many YouTube videos on how to make chicken bone stock. So I have 3 chicken thighs with the bone in. I've cut some of the skin off a little bit. I have a bag of some celery, some baby carrots. I'm going to use about a quarter or so. Some ginger from Trader Joe's. Just going to cut that and slice it in half and add the rest of this onion in there. Some garlic. And, oh, I gotta go outside around the corner and grab some fresh rosemary so I can place that in here as well. All right, we'll see. So I was just telling Queen G here, we'll see how that chicken broth turns out. So I'm gonna help Queen G here brush her teeth using this big syringe here to help her with the water. Just gonna help her out here. Get her teeth all sparkly, squeaky clean. All right. It has been a day. I'm going for it. It's a little minis. Cheers, people. Cheers. A little pick-me-up. It was either this or coffee. Coke just sounded really good. Pork chop is all in there. Potatoes are ready to be mashed and put together. I just gotta add the cheese. So to the commissary, we bought the cheese. Oh, here we go. Got the provolone. So that's 1. Then it calls for either Gruyere cheese or Swiss cheese, and I prefer the Swiss. So you got 2 cheeses on there, people. Yum! And I was looking back in my videos, and I've done this back in my Vlogmas, and then there was another video too. I'll try to link that somewhere up here, but maybe I'll make a separate video to actually share the recipe. It's not cold out here. How's that feel? Good? Yeah, it does, huh?
No, all you gotta do is practice this.
That's what she said the last time. She's like,
Just like that.
Alright, Queen G just left in the ambulance. I don't know what's going on. Just know something is not right. I know she's pretty pissed off at me. But I know she knows I'm doing the right thing. Anyways, they took her. I'm just trying to gather a small little backpack, you know, water. I'm also just trying to eat something because I know it's going to be a long day. And I'm just trying really hard just to concentrate on my eating. I just downed a White Castle hamburger. Like I said, I just, you know, when you're in this position, I know that she is okay. She's not in any type of high risk. I just know that something's off. I just know that I just need some answers now. I feel like her doctor, or the call-in doctor, he doesn't really know her, and he's kind of like, well, you know, we'll do some blood work next week, and then we'll follow up in 2 weeks. And she's just not right. I can't wait for 2 weeks. I just can't. She's someone who is super important to me, and I just know that she should be getting better. I feel like she's going the opposite. Like, we're having more setbacks and more setbacks than normal. So she's on her way. Usually when they take her, it takes a while for her to get registered, and then they will find a room for her, and then usually they like to get her all situated before any family members are allowed to go in ER in the room along. So I knew I had time for myself to make sure that I had something in my system to eat. So like I said, I had a little White Castle and a soda of a pick-me-up because I know it's going to be a long night too. Hospital visiting hours usually end at 8, so I'm thinking most likely she's going to be admitted back into the hospital, unfortunately, but that's just like the best thing. I know I am doing my darn best to care for her here. I've been pushing the fluids, I've been repositioning her, I've been putting ointment, I've just been trying to feed her and just, you know, everything. But I'm also worried because I feel like I know I'm doing my best in caregiving for her, and I know that I have the nurse as a call away, and I'm telling her all these things, and we're just not getting the answers that I need. And I keep telling Jay, maybe we should take her to ER today, and then all of a sudden she'll do something where she's improving, and then it proves me wrong not to take her into ER. But then today I'm like, no, let's take her into ER, let's get her checked. Just, I don't know, my spidey senses are just coming, you know, to me. So I need to lock everything up. I told Jay, don't rush home from work. We'll be there. It's gonna, like I said, it's gonna take a couple of hours for her to go through the whole process. They're gonna do blood withdrawal. They're gonna do a urine culture test, and then they're going to do a CT scan of the chest and everything else. So it's gonna be a while, at least a couple hours. And I know I'm going to be sitting in the waiting room with a lot of people who have the flu and COVID and all that. So I got to get my mask and all that. Anyways, that's the update. I have to be quiet because I have my sister who flew in immediately yesterday, and I have my niece who had flown in from Utah as well. It's not good, you guys. Queen G, she had a code blue in the middle of the morning. Yesterday morning I was notified, and Jay and I immediately rushed to the hospital. They had to revive her and rush her into ICU right now, and it kind of gets a little complicated, but she's fighting for her life basically. am making some hard decisions, but I am trying to be practical and honoring her wishes at the same time. Talking with several doctors and remembering the fact that these are just all assumptions and things change like hourly. And I haven't been in ICU for quite a long time with my mom, which is a good thing. A lot of doctors that I have spoken to, specialists, are just praising me on how well of a job I have done with her. It's hard, as you can see. I haven't cried yet this morning. It's about 6 o'clock. I woke up around 5:40, but let's face it, last night was really hard to say goodnight to her because she started to tear and cry. She's been unresponsive most of the whole morning and afternoon until 2. She started to make contact with her eyes with me. I think she realized she heard my voice and she started to use her eyes again. She's on a breathing machine. Yeah. So, okay, first time crying, and that's okay. I've been through a lot. I've been an emotional roller coaster. It kind of sucks because I'm the only one, like a family member, well, Jay, up here in San Francisco, where her family is in Arizona and New Mexico. And notified, like, all the family, have a contact family member that you can choose and let that person let it out. So the chain of prayers started and the sage and the cedar was burning. But anyway, she became a little bit responsive by 2 and she started showing improvement bit by bit. So there are miracles out there, because let me tell you, the first in the morning, they didn't give me any hope. Again, my mom, I always tell her, I've been telling these nurses, I'm telling you, my mom, Queen G, has like 9 lives. They're gonna try today, if she's stable enough to figure out what they want to do, another procedure, an exam to find out what's going on. Basically, she's having some type of bleeding internally, probably in the stomach, which now makes sense, you know, because like I said, she's lost so much weight and everything. If it's safe enough to do that, then they're gonna do that. But if not, then we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Again, I have my medical binder. I'm all set. I know her history. I mean, if there's anybody in this world who knows about her medically, it's me. And I'm just remembering dates. I'm remembering all kinds of things. They're asking all kinds of questions, even though everything should be in their system by now. And I say that too, because they'll be asking me certain questions. I'm like, well, that should also be in her chart, you know. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is that it pays off to be prepared when you're in a situation like this. I'm holding in there. I'm staying calm. I'm trying to remain strong, because that's just us leptin girls. Cenobithly are strong women, and I remain to honor that and honor her. I'm taking this time to talk to you guys and give you guys an update. I don't know, once I start to play this to edit, I don't know what is going to be the outcome of this. It's very hard for me to make a video like this, but as a caregiver, I just wanted to give you the insight, and I know that this is important information for those of you who are going through this or may go through this, already have gone through this. It just makes a world of a difference once you are prepared and you have everything there. Ask questions. Ask lots of questions. Second guess them. Ask them why. Because sometimes there's other options that you can do. Sometimes you can change your mind. Sometimes you just have to not even listen and just go with your instincts. Okay? That's my advice to you guys. I'm going to enjoy my coffee now, enjoy my time quietly so I don't wake up anybody, but then I'm going to have to wake them up because we need to get back to ICU.
Later that morning on February 1st, a specialist performed an emergency bedside operation to stop the bleeding from a bursted ulcer found in her stomach. It was a success and gave us a lot of hope, until her little body just couldn't take no more as the night passed by. I got that call. She's going fast around 4:45 a.m. We immediately rushed to be with her. My sister, Jay, and I surrounded her, along with her 3 grandchildren and sister Louise on the cell phones we held up to her ears, as Mom listened to the prayers and overflow of love around her. We all took turns holding her hand, giving her kisses, as my aunt continued to pray on the phone. She was slowly going. It was time. I walked to her right side. I placed my head onto her chest, tightly squeezing her hand into my own chest. Kissing her cheek, stroking her hair, I told her, "I promise I would always be with you, Mom, no matter what. I'm right here. It's okay. It's all right, Mom. You can go now. We'll be okay. It's okay." Tears coming down my face as she took her last breath, as her heart beat slowly, then stopped. She peacefully passed in my arms. It was 6:15, February 2nd. That's a hawk. Just flew over right here.
The doctors, when she had the stroke, and they said she'd live a year.
I heard the unfortunate news about Queen G, and I was a little, well, I guess you could say I'm still like a little torn up about it. Queen G is Deelovelylife's mom. He's walking on sunshine now, if that's a good expression to put. You know, I heard the news and I was really sad. I'm still like a little bit sad about it. And if you guys didn't know, I actually went all the way to San Francisco just so I could meet up with Deelovelylife. I wanted to go all the way up there to meet Queen G, and I'm glad I did. It's gonna be really hard for me to upload this next vlog, put this next vlog together, because you know, when I meet people for the first time, I always ask them, like, what do you have any words of positivity or encouragement? And I asked her that, and you just got to wait for the vlog, but I still got the clip on my phone, and I was rewatching it a few times. And I'm like, man, this is going to be like a really hard vlog for me to put together.
Starting to soul our prayers to Deelovelylife. Yeah, that's what I said. So it's kind of, it took us hard yesterday morning. So me and the boss took it hard yesterday. We'll just wait for D to get a hold of us again.
it safely. Made it safely here. Yep. Had the heater going on. I've been talking to my mom, thinking we've been totally, I mean, how can you not think about Queen G at this moment? But I was on the plane, I was just talking to her like, how does it go, Mom? Can you hear me? I know you're trying to figure it all out too up there in the spirit world. And I was really like, Mom, do you see the stars? Are you looking down like from heaven and through the stars and through the clouds? Or I don't know. I'm like, that's just, I don't know. Do you ever think about that? I do. And so I'm asking her like a zillion questions, and knowing that I'm closer to heaven being up there, it was really nice. It was a good flight. We got a car rental, and now we're just we're gonna settle in for a little bit. I don't know if we're gonna go out or not before we go to bed. So anyway. Just got done having an afternoon with my dad, stepmom, sister, and now we are taking a walk. Our house is somewhere here. And we're just, decompressing, reminiscing, sharing memories.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Grieving, planning.
Exploring.
And walking. Sure is different without pushing Queen G through here. Although I know she's with us. Hey Ben, or good morning everybody. It is Monday morning. It's raining. Feels appropriate. I just went to Jack in the Box and grabbed a couple of breakfast jacks. I couldn't sleep last night. Jay couldn't sleep last night, so we got up around 1:30 or 2, and we ended up watching the end of the movie She's All That, which that's an old movie, but it was a good movie. It was kind of cool to watch that. The second one, we watched the last half an hour of Crazy Rich Asians. I love that movie. We just needed to kind of, I don't know, about 3 o'clock, no, 3:30, I headed back upstairs. I was finally able to sleep. I am trying to go through some of our family photo albums there, having some lengthy conversations with her sister back home, and had a lengthy conversation with my dad yesterday, and now I have to go through some photo albums, and yeah. So this is my mom's beloved album of her and my dad, and some of the pictures. This is yours truly. That's me. Look, and those are my baby cheeks. Yes, I've had them ever since I was born. My dad and my mom. But what's a real trip is seeing my mom. It's she was fun. Look at her. Miss Queen G was a little hottie back then. You know, she's like, oh, I used to be a size 2 or a size 0. I'm like, my gosh. It's gonna go through some of these, trying to figure out how to take the ones that I need for her service.
We all say that. She always said how grateful and appreciative she was, everything that you did, like provided for us. And she says, I'm always very grateful to your father. He's always looking after us. Even to today, he's still buying me dinner. He's still, you know what I mean? He's still helping me. He's still here, you know. She felt that was very nice of you.
And then I was going to call the chapter house to reserve the chapter house for Saturday afternoon. But I'm glad the family's getting involved and taking care of that.
We're making some headway here. My dad came over and more planning. Finally got ready. I'm gonna head out. I need a break from photo or scanning. I did not know this, but if you download the app Photo Scan, it scans from your phone of old pictures and it comes out super better. So just, you know, think about that when you have to scan some old photos. You don't have to use a scanner, just use your phone. It's working out beautifully, so I can have a slideshow going and so forth. And then the ones I really want to share, I'm going to make a collage of some sort, so I'm pulling those out. And then now we're going to head out. We got some errands that I got to do. I'm going to take these back. It's about 3 a.m. right now. I've been up for about an hour. I woke up at 2. I couldn't sleep. I'm pretty proud of myself. I'm gonna toot my own horn. Got done going through all of those and all of this last night or yesterday. So I'm gonna go get dressed now. Jay just was trying to wake up. Got my stuff packed and we will be headed over to the airport. Hey, don't forget to click the subscribe button if you haven't. Give me a thumbs up. Like the video. Yeah, leave me a comment down below. How are you doing with all this? Thank you so much for all the comments I've been receiving. Our friend Joyce, she gave us sandwiches and stuff. And this sandwich, I think from Costco, oh my god, so good. I really like it. Jay put some of the sauce in there. And these are some of the breakfast jacks we didn't finish yesterday. And having my orange juice, remembering to take my own pills. I'm hoping that my phone's gonna charge. And Jay, this has been helping him lately. And yeah, we're just going around the house and making sure we close everything real quick. But we'll be right back. Oh, the water and the... Okay. So going through photos of my mom, I'll try to share some on here, but going through it, I see a lot of me, my personality in her, and just kind of going through like her history, and I know I'm gonna have to write her eulogy and all of that. And in a way, I've been prepared for this, but in a way, I don't think anyone's ever prepared for this. I'm trying to keep my cool, trying to keep my strength from her, make her proud. I know whatever I do is gonna make her proud anyway, but I just want to share her, you know? Like, I don't want anyone to forget her. If that's even possible. Green chili wrapped up in a nice homemade tortilla. Aunt Louise in Tuba, she just called. She's keeping tabs on me, which is good. And she's making sure that Jay and I drive carefully. See that mountain ridge right there? That's where Queen G's from.
I think I got everything else, but yeah, if you...
We should just do a test run with the computer projector and the microphone tomorrow.
I think that's great. I'm just trying to work on the collages, eulogy, all things.